Welcome to Inside Out. I am John Derler.
I'm Brian James.
We want to welcome all you listeners, gay people,
Yes.
straight people, and thinkers. Well, people that are thinking or posing that they're straight, they're listening,
Yeah.
and they're gay too.
Does that make you
that's
straight,
part of
though?
coming out. They've lived a straight life. If you're
Yes.
straight and you want to come over to our team, we are recruiting. We are recruiting the straights to come over to the gay side and play for our team.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Do we have music that comes in? Are you putting music into this podcast?
You know what? I wish I knew how to do that. It's on my list. It's on my list of things to master.
Speaking of music,
of
music. Okay, so I went and I get my checkup every 3 months.
Oh, you get a 3-month checkup?
I get 3-month checkup.
For what?
It's just my whore checkup.
Oh, okay.
Whore checkup.
Oh, I don't.
I get a whore checkup just to my doctor.
Wow, that's good to know. I didn't know to do that.
Yeah. And so I
what do you get done at your whore checkup?
I get all tests. I get tests done just to make sure.
Make sure you don't have any STDs.
STDs or the HIV.
Are you on any prescription medications?
I am. I'm on Truvada. Truvada for HIV too.
I have a
protection. And there's people that don't want to be on it to take the pill, or they want to, whatever. There's injectables. You can see all the commercials that they have. But my point is, I don't want to. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with all that. But it's always good, guys, to go and get yourself checked out for sure, and stay on top of that. But the point is, it's the Men's Health Foundation, and shout out to the Men's Health Foundation in West Hollywood. They're up on Sunset, and these are a bunch of gay doctors, and they are at the forefront. They have their free clinic, which is down in West Hollywood, but there's also the doctor's office, and if you have insurance, you don't have insurance, you can go and get checked out. But I'll tell you what, my regular straight doctor at UCLA, I spend a shitload on insurance.
Yes.
I spend almost I spend almost $5,000 a month.
Oh, damn.
For family health insurance.
All right, that's nice.
45, 46.50, I think.
Wow.
A month is crazy. So anyway, and I'm broke. I'm broke as shit because I pay for that. It's not like I have a lot of money. Well, if you're a whore, you gotta, take care of yourself. So the waiting room versus UCLA, where a bunch of straight people are. I'm sure there's a lot of gays there too, but probably not out. But, the music you're listening to is symphony or whatever, in these doctors' offices you're waiting. Not at Men's Health. Man, they're almost bringing a DJ in for the music in the waiting. They're like, it's some cool disco music and shit. I just sat there like, oh my God, this is so different because, shaka kong, the music is so uplifting and just I love it. I love it because it's not boring as, waiting room music. But yeah, it's a great, it's a great place to go. And I get my checkup every 3 months.
Wow, I didn't know that. I get my checkup annually.
Listen. What?
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
Later.
So, in my birthday's in February, so we're in June now.
Mm-hmm.
In February, I did my annual physical, and for the first time, I sat down and talked to my doctor and said, "Hey, listen, I need to get tested for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sexually active with men,
mm-hmm.
and I just want to make sure that I'm clean."
Yeah.
So they did all of my results for me back in February. And my doctor said they were going to give me PrEP.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to take a pill 365 days a year if I'm going to use it once or twice a year.
Right.
It's going to come into effect once, twice a year.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't think I want to really take something 365 days a year. And my doctor said, there's another version of it. It's 4 days. You take 2 before you have intercourse. You take 2 after. So it's like a 4-day period.
So as you're in the bathroom at the club and you're about to fuck, are you popping 2 of those in and down it with your beer and then getting after it, and then you take the other two the next morning? Is that?
I've not been in that situation, so I don't know that works. I know that you take one, and everybody would have to consult their own doctor, but you take one a minimum of 2 hours before, and then you have to take one after, then you take one the next day, you take one the next day. So it's a 4-day thing.
So if he's about to go down on you, well, wait, hold on, let me pop these 2 pills in and wait 2 hours and come back.
Well,
then he's gone.
So fast forward to the end of my story, because I don't know any of that yet.
Sure.
I haven't taken the staples out of the CVS prescription bag yet, and it's already June.
And when did you get this?
February.
Okay, but you have it. Yet. But you have it.
Well, I have it.
Okay, so have you had sexual contact with anyone since then?
Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, yes.
Okay. Did you take the pill?
I did not.
So
it's somebody. Well,
all right. We don't have to get into that. We'll have to get into that. But my point is, that does not work for me, because sometimes
you want to take it 365 days a year because you may just want to bang one out tonight.
I do, and so the taking the Truvada daily has, for me, I don't, knock on wood, I don't have any side effects, and I'm sure people, have their opinion about what it does to your liver and everything and what all it does. But for me, I'm so glad that my physician, she put me on it. This was years ago.
But you take advantage of being on it. I don't take advantage of. If I was going to be on a pill for 365 days a year, I'd want to take more advantage of. Just saying you did whore checkups?
My whore checkup, yeah. It was my 3-month whore checkup. So I love the word whore. I always thought about, the actor's studio. If I was ever to be interviewed on the actor's studio, Lipton or whatever his name is, would ask you the question, what's your favorite cuss word?
Whore would be worse.
My favorite word is whore.
Okay.
I love the word whore.
Did you go through your whore phase when you came out?
I'm still in my whore.
You're in your whore phase still.
I think I'm a whore.
Are you?
I think,
good for you. Hey, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You like to have sex.
I like to have sex. I really, really do. And that's why I get my whore checked up. What was my point? Oh, so the other medication though. So you're talking about, it's kind of like what do you call it? The pregnancy pill or whatever.
It's like the morning after pill.
But it's the night before and the morning after for you, because it has to be 2 hours, and then you take it two before and then 2 after. Yeah. The other medication that is an injection. You can do an injection every 2 months.
Thank you.
For the PrEP, or I forgot what it's called, but if you don't want to take pills every day, you can take an injection, I think, once every 2 months. And then, of course, there's DoxyPEP. DoxyPEP is a drug that, if you're having unprotected sex, it's about an 80% effective rate for syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. And that is something that you take within 24 to 72 hours after having sex.
Oh, really? Oral sex?
Oral, anal, whatever. And DoxyPEP is really good.
So do you take 2 pills now?
You take 2 after you have. So
you don't take these 2 every day? You don't. DoxyPEP you take after.
DoxyPEP is when you just take 24 hours after you have sex, up to 72 hours. So, take it, or if you're banging it out, 24 and 48 hours, then take it out after it's 48. But that's really good, because there has been a lot of syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia, a really huge increase because of the PrEP, because of all of this. And again, we talked about the AIDS race today. It seems that a lot of men are much more relaxed of not having protected sex because of these medications that's preventing HIV. And so there's there's all of these that are out there, and but what and so the point is, since these have been coming out of, preventing HIV, a lot of men are having unprotected sex, but the syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia has increased tremendously.
Wow.
Tremendously.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
In the community.
Yeah, because I thought people just took PrEP. I didn't know there was another.
There's PrEP, there's DoxyPEP, and then, there's the different kind. But, here's the other thing, talking about coming out. And if you're not out and you are married to a woman and you are engaging in sexual activity with men, especially gay men, that probably need to be careful or just be responsible, because if you're bringing that back into your home and you have not shared this with your wife, and you're still sleeping with her, do the responsible thing and get yourself protected and protect her, because that's the biggest thing that our spouses, the women that did not know, but if you're engaging in sex with a high probability of getting gonorrhea, syphilis, or that, you may never know, or she may never know. And if you're having sex with her and you have syphilis and you give syphilis to her, if she's pregnant, that could affect the baby. So it is people. This was me. My head was in the sand. I wouldn't think of that. I wouldn't think of that or do that. But I highly suggest, if you are having sex and you're still married, for the family, for your children, for your spouse, go get tested, go get treated. And there's a lot of, and if you're in a rural area and you don't have that anywhere, get your ass to a city that provides this. And there's a lot of free services that you can go in anonymously without insurance, and they will treat you. So that is one of the biggest things, because we have our head in the sand. And, my wife and I we were sleeping in separate rooms. We weren't having sex at the time.
Even if you were kissing her, you could give her herpes if you had herpes on the lip or something.
Yeah, you could if you kissed her. But we were at that point, we were so far, not even kissing, not even sleeping in the same bed.
Zero, not just sleeping in separate rooms. You had zero.
There was zero. And okay, I'm going to share something, because there's a part of me that I don't know if she's listening to us at all, seriously, but I want to share something that was disturbing, because when she found out, when she asked me, then I told her, and she did research and found out, again, if you're just listening for the first time, I was acting out during my marriage with men. And when I finally came out to her, she, of course, flipped out. But, we had 2 young boys, and she wanted to know if I was molesting them. Yeah. Because she went, she needed to cover every base. And that it pissed me off so much, because never in my fucking life would I ever think of that.
Yes.
But
a gay person is not a child molester.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. But she was just I think she was flipping out.
Yes.
She was just flipping out, like, well, what else have you done? What are you touching our children? No, I'm not a fucking molester. Yeah. That hit me so hard when she said that, because, to come from her, to try to be in her shoes, I guess I don't know if I would, but but again, this was the biggest shock to her, that I was not faithful to her, and on top of that, I was with men, not women. So there's a part of me that does not blame her for asking, because she's protecting her children, and I love that about her, that she's,
yes,
and we protect our children.
She has a right to ask that.
And she has a right to ask that. You're right. And so, but it pissed me off. But
would me too.
But now thinking about it, talking through it, I understand it. But, I'm really talking to the men out there that are still married, that are acting out with other men, just guys, just take care of yourself, take care of your family, in the sense that go get checked. Just go get checked if you are acting out. Be responsible for that, because I know at the point when I was acting out, I wasn't getting checked, even though we were not sleeping together.
Yeah.
But if you're still sleeping with your wife, and that's the thing. If you're bi and you're into men and women, whatever. Even listen, even if you are straight and you're sleeping with another woman, you need to get checked, because you don't know what you're going to bring back to the bedroom of your marriage. So, there's my little
Well, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. I thought PrEP was it, or Truvada, and that was all you did. I didn't know there was different
No.
medications.
You know what? Maybe, and that's the other thing too. Maybe I'll bring one of my disco doctors from the Men's Health
Oh, there you go.
clinic.
Yes.
To come on here, and we can talk a little bit about it. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It's a great.
We're normalizing this because we're talking about it more and more and more.
Yeah.
So the more that we normalize this, the
Mhm.
easier it is to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, hey, good for you, huh? All right. I've not been to this free clinic in Hollywood. I need to go there.
Well, it's Men's Health Foundation, and there's one on Santa Monica Boulevard that's a free clinic. You can go in and get an HIV test, get your STD test as well, and I think there's some other things too. But they, and again, PrEP. Again, I'm paying a shitload for insurance because I'm covering the whole the family.
Yes.
But so what you could do, they provide free PrEP.
Okay.
There's so much, there's so many programs out there that you can get, and then DoxyPEP. I think DoxyPEP is a good thing too. I think it should be for anyone that's fucking outside of a relationship. I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. Fucking DoxyPEP is good because it prevents you passing it along.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Maybe I should get a shirt that says DoxyPEP.
Oh, they don't give you one of those at the free clinic? They're not handing those out?
They're not handing those out. No.
That's
Well, good. I'm glad you didn't know that. You learned a little something from me today.
And I'll go home and I'll unstaple my prescription.
Yeah. But again, so how many pills did they give you?
So they give you 90 pills, and they did a auto refill of it. So I got another 90. So now I have 180. A lot of pills that I have not used yet.
And that is taking for each sexual thing.
Yes.
It's 4 pills.
Yes, it's 4 pills.
2. All right.
So if it was going to be a multi-day event, at least 2 before and at least 2 after the last
within an
interaction.
So you take 2 more after?
Yeah, for 2 days. You take it for 2 days after. So I think it's good for anybody who doesn't want to. I'm not big into medications. I'm not big into all.
But you're not whoring out either. You don't have that much sex.
No.
So you're able.
Not by choice, but yeah.
Well, look, you're a handsome guy. You can get it if you want it. You can get it.
I don't know. Let's see.
No?
Someday. I don't know. I thought I was gonna get lucky on
at Pride?
At the Pride event.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. Well, did you talk to anybody?
I don't. I wait for people to come up and talk to me.
Well, you need to be a little more assertive.
I don't know how. I don't know how to be.
It's eye contact. Come on, the gays are like,
oh,
look,
you say eye contact. Here's one thing.
No.
Gay people. They don't make eye contact.
Who?
Gay people. Gay men do not make eye contact.
Are you kidding me? I get eye fucked all the time.
I walk my dog 7 days a week where I live. Everybody I walk past, hi, how's it going? Good morning. Everybody makes eye contact. You go down to West Hollywood and you walk on Santa Monica, 90% of the men are wearing sunglasses. And the ones that aren't wearing sunglasses, as soon as you start to cross paths with them, they dart their eyes another direction.
Well,
they don't make eye contact. I think it's fear of rejection.
I disagree with you. I disagree because
well, maybe they're not looking at me.
Well, maybe they're not. But are you looking at them? Seriously,
if there's somebody to look at, I am.
Are you?
If there's somebody
Because you're telling me you don't go and talk to people.
I don't.
Are you looking at people? Do you make, because let me tell you something. Again, it's attraction. And if you like someone and you look at them, keep looking at them and wait and
stare at them.
Huh?
Stare at them.
Yes, just creep out and with your mouth open, look at them with your mouth open and your tongue out just a little bit. No, you got to be a little assertive. Look, gay guys, man, look at the gym, the shower, the locker room. You know if somebody is interested in you because you'll see. Yes, you'll see it. I don't think you're looking. I think probably guys are looking at you. You don't even fucking know it.
You know, I spent so much time in my life with blinders on because I didn't want to see anything.
Yep.
That to come out of that, now that I'm out,
yeah,
to give myself permission to not shame myself. Oh, you shouldn't look at them. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's wrong. To allow myself, give myself permission to look. It took some time for that to happen.
Okay, and I think that's great. I think it's great. I think for you, I think you should be a little more assertive and confident in you.
I don't know how. I don't know what to do with it. What do I
think? Well, first you talk to yourself. Tell yourself, I'm a stud.
I'm a stud.
I love myself. I love my body. Seriously, I think with my kids on the way to school, we do affirmations. I love myself. I'm. And what I love too is my son said the other day, I'm going to talk to somebody I never talked to.
Oh, really? Okay. How old is your son?
Isn't that sweet? He's 12, going to be 13 next week. He's such a good boy. Both of them are good boys. And we do affirmations on the way to school.
I do mine.
After we look up a vocabulary word. Okay. We look a vocabulary word up and we talk about that word because I'm learning. I mean, shit, I cheated in school, man, the whole time. I was always looking on somebody else's paper. But anyway, we do that. Well, my oldest, he likes to take the bus. He does, he's in ninth grade, and now it's kind of cool with you not taking him. And of course, he'll be driving next year. But my 12-year-old / 13 7th grader going to 8th, he and I do it. We look at a new word, we talk about the word and spell the word, but we also we do and he's so good at the affirmations because he's a big boy, but now he's grown up. He's 6'1" now.
What?
He's 12. He's 6'1" with a size
basketball
14 shoe.
Is he playing basketball?
Yes, he is playing basketball, and he's good at basketball. But that's the other thing. I'm white. We're white, and I put him into the inner city league of basketball. And there you have all walks of life.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing with my ex-wife and I. We go to this school where it's a mixture, socioeconomic, all levels, and all ethnicities, because that's the world. And we wanted our kids to be exposed to that. We had them in a private school, all white, cuddled. Fuck that. No, get them out, get them into the real world. And these boys
get them scrappy.
Well, they do. And I tell you what, we went to the inner city basketball league. He said, "Dad, I don't like this." I said, "You know what? Give it a week." And I know what he was talking about because there were some scrappy kids in there. Scrappy kids. Because we'd gone to the Catholic League too. No way. No. I love the Catholic League. They're all great people, but it's just the cuddle. I want them scrapped. So I go, give it a week. He goes, and the next day, Dad, I don't want to. The third day, fourth day, he goes, I go, you still? He goes, no, I want to stay. I like it. Because he learned, he was being pushed.
Yes.
He was being pushed. And that's life.
And fouled. He's probably being fouled.
He was being fouled, but boy, he got the height, and then now they all want him on the team. He does. He looks like, honestly, he's so much taller than a lot of these other kids. But, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
These kids are good. They can shoot. It doesn't matter your size. It really doesn't. It just doesn't. If you can shoot and get in the hoop, they're gonna take you. But I don't know. I was on a rant. I'm sorry, but we were just talking about. We're talking about you being assertive. So coming back to being assertive, I think it's something that you're doing this 369 book, and I think that's something that you may want to include in that because Brian, you're the sweetest guy. You're sweet. You're a nice man, but I think this is my opinion. You can tell me to fuck off, or you can tell me that when you're in your car and you tell me behind my back. It's okay. But I think that, gay community, even straight community, they're eye fucking each other, and I think you need to work on your eye fucking technique.
I'm gonna practice it. There's like that TikTok smile, raise your eyebrows. Drop your spine.
I think you need to work on that because this is what I didn't know when.
Well, I need to go somewhere where there's age appropriate men. I don't want to test this out on.
I'm not telling you to go to junior.
I don't want to test this out on 20 and 30-year-olds.
Why not?
Test it out on.
Well, that's not your jam.
50-year-old.
You could do that. They look at each other.
Where do I go to find 50? Don't go to WeHo.
Yeah, you can. There's a bunch of 50-year-olds over there.
Is there? They're all looking for 20-year-olds.
Not really. No. I tell you, but the other thing that I learned that I didn't know when I came out was that when you're walking down the street and two gay guys look at each other and they pass each other and you think that that's it, but it's not, because they walk about 6 to 9 more strides. They stop and they turn back.
Oh, really? All right.
And that is part of being, picked up.
Have you been caught in the turnaround?
Absolutely.
Look, really?
It was cool, yeah, because I was flattered. He turned and I turned, like, after a while. He had already turned and was looking. And then I turned back and I'm like, oh. And then I got a shot to the head of my penis and tickled a little bit. And so I walked back and started talking to him.
Oh, there you go.
So, that's
I'm not there yet. I don't know why. I never really dated because I met my wife in high school.
Right.
So as far as dating, putting myself out there,
yeah,
I have friends, but I haven't really.
You know what? I'm not judging you here. I'm just, I'm here to, I love you.
Thank you.
I do, and you're great. I'll give you my advice. You do what's your own pace. It's your own pace, but.
I think for me, I'm probably outside of the norm in the gay community because I was in a monogamous relationship for so many years.
Yeah.
I like monogamy. I don't really like this open relationship.
Okay, all right. There's another way to call me a whore, but
I like the open relationship.
No. There was a joke, but it didn't land. I respect that for you. I absolutely respect that for you.
Do you?
I truly do. I think that's great. Look.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Look, I'm twisting this pen to pieces. You're making me nervous.
Why? Listen, you are who you are, and I think that's your Mitch. It's a great thing. You were dedicated to your wife, and you have a dedication. There's all different types of people that want one-on-one relationships, which are beautiful, like our friends.
Yes.
Our guys' friends from GFLA, Gay Fathers Los Angeles, and I think you'll find your jam. You'll find another man that wants to have a monogamous relationship, and you'll have that, and I think that's great. I mean, that's the whole thing. I think with the gay community, there's people that have open marriages and people that do not, and it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, to each his own. I think everybody needs to live the life that they want to live.
Yeah.
We did not live our true authentic lives for so long.
Right.
I'm a huge advocate for living your fullest.
I love it.
So, I mean, if that's being a whore, being monogamous, being whatever.
Well, just accepting who you are.
Yes.
It's accepting who you are.
Yeah. So you dated. Have your children met anybody that you've dated?
No. And we made a pact, my ex-wife and I, that, well, they're older now. They're 13 and 15 going on 16. But when they were younger, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we said, look, we're not going to introduce them to whoever we're dating at the time if it's not at least 6 months.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to revolve people in their lives that if they got attached to and then boom, they're gone.
Yeah.
My mom dated a few a few men. After my dad left, he left when I was 4, and she had a couple, boyfriends. I thought it was kind of cool because they were all different, you know, and that was just life. But I think for us, we were thinking, let's just have a little more stability,
Yeah.
Before we introduce the kids to our significant other.
I agree. I see kind of both sides of that because I think for me, I came out as gay at 50 years old. I haven't introduced my children to another man because I haven't
Right.
dated another man. But
Yeah.
I think, am I going to see somebody for 6 months and then introduce them? But if I'm going to wait 6 months to introduce them, am I going to be talking about this person? Or is this person going to be a surprise at 6 months?
Well, that's your communication with your children, because I think it changes, and it's whatever you feel comfortable with, because it doesn't have to be 6 months. Like right now,
I think 6 months is a good. I think that's a good.
It's a good barometer.
Yes.
But 3 months or 6 months. It's funny about that because my youngest, he wanted to go there. These kids right now, I forgot what it's called, but they're totally into cologne right now.
Yes.
They're into cologne. I forgot what.
And the colognes are so expensive, and they have 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles of cologne.
So he goes over to Nordstrom's by the Grove, and him and his buddies, they try to go get samples, but the people at the perfume counters do not give kids samples. So we were going over to watch a movie, and I said, come on, man, let's go. Take me around where you want them. I'll get you some samples. And I did. I racked it up. I totally racked up. And God, the cologne and the cologne that I talk, the cologne salesperson that I'm talking to, there's guys and there's girls, and they're all so young and just beautiful, just beautiful. Well, again, this one guy, he was young and he was hot, but he was hot for daddy. And Liam even said that. He goes, Dad, that dude's like, he's like chasing you, man. And I go, well, I got 6 samples from him. He goes, whatever you have to do, Dad, flirt with them. I just want to get those samples. And it was true. And that was interesting that my son at 12
recognized it.
He recognized that. He goes, Dad, that guy likes you. And I said, okay, well, I'll get some more.
Wow. Well, were you wearing super short shorts, or he was just hitting on you thinking you were heterosexual?
You know what I was wearing? I was wearing my looked like a Fila track outfit. Track. The
all right.
The zip up. Kind of Tony Soprano thing. And so then we went, and there was this young lady. She was gorgeous. She was so beautiful, and racked up with her too.
Really?
Yeah, she gave me a whole bunch, and Liam was like, he was so excited. He was. He goes, how much you get? I go, get about 15 to 16 samples. And like Tom Ford, that shit's expensive, and all these others. So we have them, and so. But yeah, that was kind of getting back to dating and introducing our children to somebody. I haven't done that, but now we're at a phase of like, oh, she's cute, or I think she's cute. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, no, okay. But now they're like, Dad, what do you think about? That's what's interesting.
All right, so your boys are pointing out other men to you.
Yeah.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah, I mean, not all the time. Don't get me wrong, but this was a one-on-one action that we were with this cologne dude. I don't know what you call him, but yeah, he totally right. Well, he was the one that said, when I came out to him, he was the one that was asking me, "Am I going to have 3 daddies?" So he's on it. He's definitely on it.
All right. We're at 30-some minutes. I think we're good to go.
I think we are. This was good.
Thank you, John.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think, guys, again, just to wrap up, take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Go to a clinic. Go out of town if you need to. If it's a small town and shit, every time you turn around, you see somebody or you know somebody there, just go to another town and get checked out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.